topic for today is report writing in the GSI Audera Pro. So I've completed my ABR examination. I have my waveforms arranged on the page. Here you can see right and left results, eight waveforms for each year, and my test details at the bottom of the page. For ABR, I always recommend that you move the waveforms from the acquisition screen to one of the report pages. If you're going to write your report within the software, history, summary of results, recommendations, I recommend you reserve page 1 for that information and page 2 through 9 for the test data. And the reason is, if you print the report using PDF, it will print in the exact order as you see. So page 1 would be your report, your written report, page 2 your waveforms, etc. So when I'm done with an exam, I'm going to send my waveforms over to page 2. So now my acquisition screen is clear and all my waveforms are on page 2 of my report. So when I click on page 2, here you can see the waveforms exactly as I had them arranged in the acquisition screen. So this is going to be page 2 of my report. If I wanted to take a look at what that would look like, I can preview page 2 via PDF. You can see my waveforms, and then all the test details are actually spill over to the second page. I've already written my report, so I'm going to show you that on page 1. Here you can see history, findings, test summary that I've inserted into the page, as well as my latency intensity function. Now, to get text into your report page, you're going to go to Report, Add Text. And when you do that, the text editor button appears, or window appears, and you can type your test results as needed. Down at the bottom, you see the font selection where you can change the font style, and the font size if you want. You can also see over on the right side, Load Template Text, which allows you to load predefined comments or pre-prepared reports. So in case of report template, I've created one just as a reminder as I'm writing my report to fill out each one of these sections should it be part of my report. To save findings or a summary or predefined comments, you would simply select Save, and it would take the information here, you would name it normal or whatever it is, and save it, and it would then appear when you select Load Text. The other thing that I'll do is expand this window so it fills the screen from side to side. When you print a report in the Audera Pro, it prints exactly as you see it on the screen. So I want my text to fill my report page from the left to the right side. So I'll expand it in order to have that happen. If I've already written results and I want to edit them, I'm going to select, you see this little circle to the left of history. I'm going to select that. It'll turn black or fill in. Right click and edit. And here you can see I can edit my results should I need to. So if you add a predefined comment, you can always edit it once you've added it to your report. For my latency intensity function, that also has, we actually call this a handle. It's an element of the handle that allows you to grab it and move it around should you need to. So I've already done that with my latency intensity function. To load that graphic to my report, I'm just going to click on the icon up at the top toolbar and then select Copy Image to Page. And so that's how I got my latency intensity function for my ABR data. And to change the size of that, you would simply use the plus and minus buttons on your keyboard. So to preview what that looks like, this is page 1 of the report. So I have my text and my latency intensity function on that page. So on this patient, I actually performed TEOAE as well. So I want to add that to a report. So to do that, I'm going to go to a blank page. So I've got ABR on page 2. Page 3 will be for TE. And I'm going to navigate over to the Load EP folder. And here you can see all the test data that I've done on this patient. It's quite a bit, so I want to zoom in and just look at the OAEs. So I'm going to select, I'm going to use my control key and select both of them, and I'm going to load them to the page. They don't go exactly where I want, so I'm going to grab the little circle to the left of the waveform right above the intensity, drag it to where I want on my page. So it looks nice. I can decrease the size of those waveforms because I'm really just interested in the FFT and the SNR. So now I have my TE results on page 3. So I can look at those. And here's page 3 of my report with my TE results. You can also add, if you've done them on your patient, ASSR results as well as DP results. So to load ASSR audiogram, go to a page 4, in this case, a blank page, and I'm going to go to Report, Add, an image. So I've previously added the image of the audiogram to this patient record. I'll show you how to do that in a moment, but to load that graphic, I simply go to Report, Add. The last selection is Image, and I've added that to my page. I can move it around. I can increase, decrease the size by using my plus/minus keys. Move that up a little bit, and there's my ASSR audiogram. I can do the same with GPOAE results. So now I'm on page 5. I'm going to go to Report, Add, Image, and I'm going to select my DP-gram, which will appear in my report. So in this case, it's a little large, so I want to make it a little bit smaller. And now I have on page 1 my written report, latency intensity function. Page 2 is my waveforms and my test details. Page 3 is my TEOAE results. Page 4 is the ASSR audiogram. Page 5 is the GPOAE results. To preview that full report, I'm going to go to Print, Print All Pages PDF Preview. And here you can see it's a 6-page report because my ABR actually spilled onto 2 pages with 8 waveforms per ear. It's going to be on 2 pages. Here's my TE, my ASSR audiogram, and my DP results. I always recommend that when you're in the ABR, ASSR, or TE modules, you want to preview the report via PDF and print from here. That will give you the report in the exact order that you see. So let me show you quickly how to save images for DP and ASSR so you can access them in your ABR report. So to do that, I'm going to close and I'm going to open up the ASSR module. Almost always you want to say no in this case as far as loading previous sessions, because you could potentially load ABR data that's remaining in the acquisition screen in the ASSR module. So you don't want to do that. So you're going to click no, and actually to add the audiogram, you would go to either Process, Generate ASSR Audiogram, or select the audiogram icon on the side toolbar. Now, if there was ASSR data here, you would see the audiogram, and for it to appear on the page or for you to save it so you can access it in another module, you would simply select Copy Audiogram Image to Report Page. That's all you have to do, and then it'll be there available for you to add to the report. and open GPOAE. So when you open GPOAE module, you're in the acquisition screen. And to get to the save data, you want to navigate over to the display screen. So I'm going to click on that icon. And to load the right ear OAE data, I'm going to select the right ear, and I'm going to select the first OAE for the right ear, and I'm going to do the same for the left ear. Here you can see my ABR, I'm sorry, my DP results for the right and left ear. And to save a copy of this image so you can put it in your report for ABR, ASSR, or TE, is you're going to go to Report, Copy Image to File, and when you select that, it'll tell you right away, okay, we've copied that, and we're good to go. And now you have that image there that you can add in the ABR module. I'm going to go back to the Evoke Potential module, and I'm going to say no. And I didn't show you, but I actually saved that report. So anytime you complete a report in the Audera Pro, you're going to want to save it. So I'm going to load the saved report, and when I do that, it actually just places all that information exactly how it was on the different pages when you printed the report. So if there is any test data on the acquisition screen or one of the other pages, it's going to overwrite that. So you're going to click OK. And I'm going to select Full Report for Training and select Open. So by doing that, you can now see page 1 has my written report, latency intensity function. Wave 2 has my waveforms. Page 3 has my TE, 4 DP, 5 ASSR audiogram. You can modify the report at any time, but this is a way to recreate the report from by simply saving it. So you would save the report, name it, and then load it if you needed to. You could also load any test data that you've done on your patient and recreate it that way, but that certainly is much harder. So that's it for now. Thank you so much.